Welcome members, this month's tennis tip is going to be the serve. I'm going to give you several gold nuggets on how to serve awesome. We're going to begin today with the importance of the grip. Unfortunately, a lot of members try and serve with what is their forehand grip. The forehand grip typically exposes the top panel of the racket and the hand comes to the side. We learn this grip at an early stage in our learning, and then when we serve, a lot of times players make the mistake of having that frying pan grip and going ahead and just serving like that with a frying pan grip. And as a result of doing that, it's always a flat shot. You can never get any spin. It's always going to be limited in its ability to get better. So what we have to do is, first thing is we've got to take that grip and we've got to turn the hand over where we right on top of the grip like that. The V of the fingers on top of the racket like that. The heel of the hand covering the top of the racket. When we do that, what can happen is this outside edge now can now lead in and we can put spin on the ball. So to demonstrate with the correct grip, we are able to spin and cut the outside of the ball. Spin and cut the outside and develop spin. Now, in order to get a fluid service motion, if you take a look at what my arm's doing, it's swinging down like a pendulum, like a clock. When it comes to the horizontal point here, the elbow begins to bend in, racket comes directly behind my head, drops down behind the back. When it drops down behind the back, elbow comes up, which brings the racket head up and snaps and comes through the side. So again, horizontal point, arm bends in and comes around. Now, in order to get that smooth motion, I've got an easy trick for you. You can take a tube sock, it's exactly 27 inches. From tube sock to a tennis ball, you put a tennis ball inside the tube sock, exactly the length of the racket. This is not that easy. It takes some practice. You take the sock, you hold the sock, keep it taut, not loose, not tight though, just taut. Step up to the line, ball straight forward, both arms straight, and see if you can keep that sock moving. Straight back, behind the head, and through. As smooth as you can make it. Once you get good at that, see if you can keep on moving. Just keep that sock going. Keep it moving through until you can get it smooth. One of the big problems players make when they try this is they try and bring the elbow way up high. The elbow should remain horizontal and come through. Horizontal until it's time to stretch up. All about smoothness. Notice how that ball stays taut, sock stays taut, and you make it smooth, smooth, smooth as you come around. Once you can do that, you're going to start developing a smooth tennis motion. What you can do also with the racket is, you can do the same thing with the racket. You hold the racket in 3 fingers, 2 fingers this way and the thumb that way, so you've got absolutely no control of the racket. You simply hold the racket in position, you sweep through so that the racket drops when it comes past behind the head, and you come through. So just like the sock, around and through, around and through. All right. Once you do that, you can hold the racket like we were talking about and bluff like it's just like the sock. Nice, effortless, smooth motion. We're going to talk about the slice first. Now, when you're slicing, the first most important thing to do is catch the outside of the ball. You want this outside edge to lead. That applies spin, and that gives you control. So we toss it about 1 o'clock. If we toss it 12 o'clock, I'm going to be pulling it too wide. So I'm going to toss it a little bit at 1 o'clock, and then spin it in and bend it in. Notice on contact, the outside leads, and you give it a little bit of a snick on the outside of the ball. Right there. When we want to go wide, if I'm going for the wide target out there, then my toss is not going to be so much to this side. My toss will be a little bit more to 12 o'clock out this side, because I'm pulling it a little bit more to that side. I'll do 2 more to that side. Notice how my toss is going to be more to the middle, and then pulling it out wide. I got it. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about the slice. If you're having a hard time with that, what you can do is you can turn sideways more, as if you're serving well outside, like a John McEnroe stance. and toss the ball well out there, so you have to give it a big slice to pull it around. That really creates the ability to pull that ball around. Once you get good at the idea of what it feels like to really cut the outside of the ball strong, then when you stand up to the line like normal, you're more likely to get the feel of pulling that ball out the outside. Now regarding the topspin serve is best practiced on this side. If you're a right-hander, the topspin is a kick to the side. And the way a topspin serve is played, just like you would hit a forehand this way, a topspin serve, you toss the ball over your left, over your head this way, and the racket comes up this way. So we toss it over our head, bend, and kick up. Toss it over our head, more over the head, well over the head, and pick up this time. A few more. And again, over the head, and pick up. Behind the head, pick up. A few more. Behind the head, pick up. And by tossing it back behind you and hitting up like that, that's the way you get height. It's a steeper bounce, and that's why it kicks up high and creates higher, more difficult returns for your opponent. For seniors that might want to try a kick, you've got to have pretty good abs and no lower back problems. So if tossing behind your head and bending like this is a bit strenuous, you can do a mini one. You don't have to toss too far behind the head. Just a little bit behind your head and feel that wrist snapping up more, and that'll give you a kick serve that you need. However, for senior tennis, I would suggest just go with a slice. Toss, cut the outside of the ball. For the younger, more agile players or juniors, the toss over the head and the bend and the kick is more appropriate. I would suggest the slice more for the senior players. Good luck on the practice courts, members, and hope you got a lot of other tennis tips.